Hey everybody, how you doing? I don't know if you met this guitar. This here is Rhonda. She's a beautiful thing. I've missed this guitar. I finally got my stuff today, so I've officially moved. That's right. I officially moved. I officially live here now. Welcome everybody. How's it going? All right, we're gonna talk about a bunch of fun stuff. I guess I'm fact-checked already. The election updates, fraud updates. I mean, I guess YouTube felt the need to list down below that AP called the election he's still the president-elect. They're still fighting. Anyway, so we're going to get into that. I've got a lot of different things to go over, actually. All sorts of different articles and updates and random things, all revolving around Dominion, Cindy Powell, all sorts of different stuff. Some crazy news actually that I'm not even sure if it's legit or I just found it about an hour and a half ago, and it's kind of crazy. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but if it is, I'm gonna show you guys, and if it is real, wow. Crazy. And I have a feeling it might be. It sounds legit. It's from a relatively legitimate source. Sometimes, it's hit or miss. So I'm going to go into it basically saying, I don't know if this is actual, if this is valid or not, but I do want to show you something really cool. Check this out. This bottle, I don't know if you can see this here. Actually, check this out. All right, so here. I don't know if you can see it. Crigler and Crigler Distillers, Covington, Kentucky. This is an actual Crigler and Crigler whiskey bottle from 1899. Let me read you this thing here. It says Woodland Whiskey, also Crigler and Crigler whiskey. This was selected by the Department of Interior in July 1st, 1899 for use at the United States Government Hospital, Washington, D.C., on account of its absolute purity and fine quality. We guarantee it to be. That's right. It is a Crigler and Crigler whiskey bottle. This thing is 121 years old. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. Look, Union Made. I don't know, can you see the Union Made? Yeah, this is old bottle. Classic. This is the best label that I've found. I've been searching for a full label one for a long time. I actually have another one of these with no labels at all. This is the most intact label that I've ever found. Very excited when I found this. I have a feeling some of my uncles have actually been, have been collecting this kind of stuff too. I think they might be jealous when they see I actually have the hospital label on here. And I believe that's the same hospital that treated President Trump when he had COVID a couple weeks back. And yeah, so we sold them the quality goods. Actually, it says fully matured and the total absence of fusel oil or other deleterious substances recommends it to consumers desiring a thoroughly reliable stimulant. For medicinal purposes, it is unequaled. That's right. Medicinal whiskey right here. Crigler and Crigler whiskey back in 1899. Very excited about it. I love this. So I just got this. My moving truck finally got here. So, all right. So, yeah, we got a crazy show today. We are going to be talking about a bunch of election updates. There's a lot of buzz in the air about how it's over or it's just begun or it's about to, the hammer's about to drop. So we're gonna address all of that. Man, there's some crazy news in DC. I don't know if you heard about this. They're actually trying to force vaccinate children without their parents' knowledge. That's right. They're trying to pass this law so they can just vaccinate any kid they want without telling their kids or without telling the parents and circumventing the parents completely, going straight to the parents' insurance company. And not only that, the insurance company doesn't even have to tell the parents. So the parents won't even know if suddenly their kids are sick and, whatever they're going through, if they get a vaccination, you don't know what's going on, but they don't have a choice in the matter. Okay, so that's crazy. We're going to go over that. Then I want to talk about this thing It's called Operation Stolen Innocence. All right. This happened in Florida. This is another one of those real life heroes. That's why I wrote IRL heroes. It's these people that are making moves, saving people, and getting these, these people that are stealing kids and transferring them around for exploitation, and it's horrible. So I'm going to point out some heroes, some real life heroes, and show you who they are and what they've done. Almost 200 people have been arrested in Florida, and this is a few days back, but of course I haven't covered it yet, and I think it's absolutely worth covering. And then I have this insane article that I read. I'm going to read you the title. Ready? Ethical cannibalism. You heard me right. Ethical cannibalism. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm gonna save that. All right, because it's crazy, that article. Ethical cannibalism. All right. It doesn't seem to make any sense, but we're gonna get into that. It's a crazy article. All right. So before we get into anything, thank you for joining me, by the way. Really, first and foremost, thank you all for hanging out with me every day. Smash that like button if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, so you know when I go live. A lot of people are telling me that they don't even know when I go live anymore because, as you can see, I'm already fact-checked before I even started my episode. Whatever. I think I'm doing something right. Maybe I'm on their list of people they need to get rid of. So be it. That's okay. But until then, you can actually donate to me directly with my PayPal address, my Bitcoin wallet, and also I have a physical P.O. box that you can send me physical mail if you'd like. That would be great. And yeah, my goodness, let us get into this. First and foremost, there's the Stop the Steal. All right, everyone knows about this. The whole Stop the Steal, Michigan. All right, now, supposedly, they called Michigan. All right, let's see. I got this somewhere. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. It pops up all those things. All right, so Stop the Steal Michigan doesn't seem to work. All right, because the Board of Canvassers certified Michigan's results. This is today as 5:30, updated 5:30. So this was only an hour ago. All right, that they finally certified the Michigan election results. All right, it's not everyone's like, oh no. But then you look at this. This is from Jenna Ellis. Now, she is the senior legal advisor for Team Trump. All right. This is straight from the Trump team. The Trump legal team statement on state certifications. Certification by state officials is simply a procedural step. We are going to continue combating election fraud around the country as we fight to count all the legal votes. Americans must be assured that the final results are fair and legitimate. That's how can anyone argue that? How can anybody argue? Wouldn't you want all of the legal votes to be tallied? Wouldn't, if there is fraud and you truly did believe that you won fair and square, then what is the problem with letting them go through the process and trying to point it all out? So I think that this is part of, I don't want to say part of the plan because I don't think any of this was the plan. I think that they knew that this could potentially happen. Look at President Trump's executive order back in 2018. Look at his tweet from, the executive order, mind you, if you don't know what it is, it's basically an entire executive order based on the fact that foreign countries cannot manipulate our elections. Now, I just found out earlier today that China spent millions of dollars in the past 6 months manipulating our media. All right, they paid all these different publications to push out propaganda, pro-China, anti-whatever they want, all right? But they spent millions and millions of dollars over the past 6 months to manipulate us, the American people. What? How is that legal? How are we allowing foreign governments to propagandize our citizens' minds? Okay? I don't watch television. I don't pay attention to mainstream media. I watch for them. I see what they're doing, but I don't soak it in. That's not my main source of where I'm getting information from. So we'll see. I mean, this whole Michigan being certified, this happened after I actually already had kind of my segments set up. But obviously, it's a part of this whole thing, So they had a Stop the Steal rally today, Monday. This morning, they were meeting to stop the steal. This is Ali. I don't know his last name, but he puts these together, and they were meeting to go try to stop the steal. And I guess they're still gonna fight it. Here's a rally going on in Arizona, a Stop the Steal rally. Drew a large crowd. Now this is the other day. They're out there. People are clearly still supporting the president. There's so much evidence and just stuff we're seeing that doesn't make sense. People are showing up in droves to vote in Pennsylvania here specifically, to vote in Pittsburgh, and they already voted. They already found out that they voted already because someone made an absentee ballot for them and sent it in. So they're going in trying to vote and being told, you already voted. Sorry, have a good day. See you later because you already voted. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And it's like, how is that a thing? How are they letting that be, a thing? It doesn't make any sense. Now, this is where we get into the good stuff. All right. This is from 2006. Okay, this is from CNN. All right, from 2006. I'm going to play this for you guys right now. Check this out.
This country is election count, and they can't tell you whether or not the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States reviewed it or not?
They have no answer for us. And
these are the most arrogant, incompetent, bureaucratic idiots.
Smartmatic, based in Boca Raton, provides voting machines in local elections in the United States, like this election in Chicago in March. But Smartmatic has only 5 to 7 people working in Boca Raton, Florida. Smartmatic is a labyrinth of international holding companies owned by Venezuelan businessmen. The Smartmatic and other voting machine companies are private companies. They have proprietary software they can call a trade secret. Electronic voting experts with extensive experience say it's nearly impossible to verify if a proprietary system is tamper-proof.
All of the voting system vendors in the United States are private companies.
Impossible to verify if it's tamper-proof. You can't even verify and make sure that it's tamper-proof. Sorry, continue, please.
The problem is the closed-door proprietary nature of the process. The closed system we have right now makes it extremely hard to find out what's going on. And that means that should a thief get in a position of power, we would never know.
They would never even know. So we knew this was a problem 14 years ago. Okay, 8 years ago, President Trump, before he was president, said, look at this situation. What's going on there with these systems that they're bringing in and pumping into different states. Texas, they said, bye-bye. You're not allowed in our state because you can be fraud. You can be wrought with fraud, and we can't stop it. Right? So they were like, get out of here. We don't want you in here. Last minute changes in all the swing states, bringing all these things in. Go ahead. Check this out.
Voter watchdog groups and others in Congress are calling for a full review and say the ownership of all electronic voting companies should be reviewed to determine if it poses a risk to U.S. elections.
Wow, CNN. This was CNN. Can you believe that? This sounds like real reporting. You know what changed in 2012? Yeah, the media is allowed to give us propaganda now. They could say whatever they want from 2012. Thanks, Obama. Yeah. This is real reporting.
The U.S. Treasury Department today would not confirm or deny if a so-called CFIUS review is underway on Smartmatic. Watchdog groups question why U.S. voting machines would be under the control of citizens of another country, especially a country whose own election process is highly suspect.
They believe this is a national security issue.
Wait. What does that? What makes that familiar? It sounds so familiar. Oh, right. Cindy Powell was talking about that. She made that connection. All right. She said that. So this is now a surfacing video from 2006. Smartmatic and Dominion, they go hand in hand. All right. So this is an issue that we've known for a long time. This is why I'm thinking Trump knew this was going to happen. That executive order that he put forward 2 years ago was prepping for this. He was basically saying an emergency order to halt any sort of foreign interference. Now we're finding Smartmatic. Dominion is a Canadian software. It's Canadian. I mean, that is a foreign, that's not America. That's Canada. All right. You see that there's a conflict there. Yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't trust Canada, but I don't trust anybody outside of America. I don't even trust most political Americans right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people out there feel the same way I do. Yeah, so I mean that pretty much sums it up. This is back when CNN was actually doing news. So this was 1 year ago. Researchers assembled over 100 voting machines, and hackers broke into every single machine. This is from Mother Jones 1 year ago. A cybersecurity exercise highlights both new and unaddressed vulnerabilities riddling the U.S. election systems. This is a year ago. This isn't 2006. This is 2019. Okay, this is after that executive order, running into this year, talking about these exact programs. Another video was surfacing the other day of Last Week Tonight, and John Oliver was talking about how the election programs can be hacked, and they were talking about this kind of stuff. And now they actually went on a crazy rant saying, well, the conservative right is posting our video around like it's sort of proving something. Well, we dug into it and it's only certain swing states. So what you're saying is it's still possible. You're just trying to make it seem like it's not so much. This is one thing that's bugging me. Every time I see there's no widespread voter fraud. Yeah, it's in specific states. If it was in every single state, that would be widespread. It's all semantics with them. This semantics game. There's no physical. They can't physically do it. Wait, actually, do I have that? Here we go. Check this out. Dominion rep tells Fox News it's physically impossible to switch votes. Yeah, because there's no switch. You don't physically switch a button. It's an automatic program that's not physically doing anything. It's all electronically switching the votes. What is this semantics game? They really do think people are idiots. They really think that most Americans are just clueless. Okay, we'll accept that answer. No, I won't. I want transparency. And this just makes me not trust you even more, dude. You used to work for I don't remember. He was like secretary for some person in government before, and now he's working at Dominion for some reason. It's like, what? He's just a rep for Dominion. You think Dominion's going to be like, well, all right, we'll come out and we'll actually talk about like, yeah, all right, it's electronically possible. No, they're going to be like, it's no widespread fraud. It's not physically possible to go around and single-handedly change all the votes. It's like, right, yeah, I know. Duh, of course. Like, there's not one person going around and going, hey, this Trump vote, it's now a Biden vote. Oh, Trump to Biden. Yes, another one bites the dust, moving on to machine to machine to machine. No, we're finding out they were connected to the internet. Dominion finally released that anybody, this is in Illinois, in Chicago, I think specifically, that they have access to all of Chicago's records from anywhere in the world. They can connect to the Dominion software and read the results of any of the machines. That means any single Dominion employee that has access to that can sell it out to whoever wants it in the world, and they can access it from anywhere in the world. How is that not a big, huge red flag? That's a major red flag for me. I mean, I saw that and I was like, geez, this is bonkers. How much evidence do we need for people to go, all right, it might be widespread. All right, fine, it's not widespread, but at least it's fraud. All they say is they're denying widespread fraud. It's like, okay, deny fraud then. Okay, well, it's just a glitch. It's this glitch that keeps, glitching over. It's like, no, it's only one direction. A glitch would actually make it seem relatively the same. If it's a randomized glitch, then randomly it would do. But it was 100% in one direction, from Trump to Biden. That's it. How? That doesn't make any sense, right? Look at this. This is my own Twitter feed, right? Every day I try to put a post out. Who will win the election? Donald Trump or Joe Biden? It's non-biased. Obviously, I'm holding out, but no one has been declared an official winner yet. Everyone's like, well, Joe Biden won. Why do you keep posting these? No, he didn't. AP, you see right below here, it says AP called the election. AP, I don't go to AP media for my official election results. All right. I wait for the actual electors to choose and give them their votes and wait till the whole process is finished. So no one has been called who the next president is going to be. All right. Sorry, AP. I'm not going to trust your word. All right. I'd rather wait for the official sources, because Twitter actually changed it. Multiple sources called. It's no longer official sources. Right. Because they're not official. Check this out. This is from somebody who posted it. This is from Madeline. All right. She posted this. I can't even vote. It won't even let me vote. Look, Twitter installed Dominion. She keeps hitting Donald Trump and it just won't work. All right. Now, maybe it's a glitch. I don't know. It's awfully suspect, though. All right. Because I've actually been watching the numbers on my own polls and they're changing. All right. It used to be 82%, then it was 81%, then it's 80%, and they're actually switching some of the votes. I'm watching them, Twitter. I'm seeing those votes. They're only 1 hour polls. 1 hour. That's it. How are they being altered? I'm seeing these numbers shift. All right. Daily. Seriously. I'm watching them. I've been, and now I'm seeing this. I posted today. Obviously, I'm being fact checked. All right. So somebody's paying attention to me because clearly I'm pushing the narrative of I don't believe their narrative. And that I feel is true with a lot of Americans right now. And rightly so, because there's so many red flags. Jeez. And it's funny. Look at this. Fixed computer glitch turns losing Republican into a winner in Oakland County. Now, I actually originally thought this was California, but it's actually Oakland County, I think Wisconsin. Is it Wisconsin? It's either Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure it's Wisconsin. Doesn't say anywhere. Okay. But either way, all right. Listen to the way he handles this, though. A computer error led election officials in Oakland County to hand an upset victory Wednesday to a Democrat, only to switch the win back to an incumbent Republican a day later. In Oakland County's 15th County Commission District, representing Rochester and Rochester Hills, the initial count gave a 104-vote margin to the Democrat, Melanie Hartman, amounting to a razor-thin majority of 50.08. That stunned the incumbent, Adam Kochenderfer, giving him a sense... whoa. Wow, that is... Is that the UFO? That's the UFO right now. Did you guys hear that? What? That was the UFO. Trump was speaking through my UFO. Did you guys hear that? What just happened? I don't know where that sound came from, but that was through the UFO. That was President Trump's voice. Where did that come from? Okay, that was weird. Anyway, where was I? My goodness, that was weird. Okay, yeah. That was crazy. Anyway, all right, check this out. So I thought that was that. Kochenderfer said those were the results, and I said I would not seek a recount. But what a difference a day makes in the weather, love, and the 15th district election for Oakland County Commissioner on Thursday. Kochenderfer was stunned again, this time by a call from Oakland County's Director of Elections, flipping the outcome to him. He calmly said, okay, that sucks. Surprising, but okay. And now it's like, so he could have rolled over and been like, he did roll over. He did say, fine, I lost, respectfully, okay. But it turns out he didn't, due to a glitch. Sure. I don't believe it, okay? I don't believe it's a glitch, all right? It's happening too much. We're seeing it all over the place. All right, so now we have this whole Sidney Powell thing, right? Now, everyone freaked out when the Trump team yesterday said, look, she's on her own. She's doing her own thing. She doesn't work for the Trump campaign. And, people are like, whoa, bombshell. Like, they cut her off. Like, they're not working together. It's all a lie. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure that's what they want you to think. But bear in mind, what if it's a Republican? What if it's people in Trump's own, not necessarily his own cabinet, but people that work in the White House that might be dirty, that he hasn't been able to get rid of because he's wanted to get rid of them, or other Republicans that might have rhinos, for example. She's able to just do whatever she needs to do. This is actually a good article that kind of sums it up. This is from the Gateway Pundit. Michael Flynn Jr. releases more information on Trump's team Sidney Powell statement, and it's not what you think. Let's see, where is it here? Where is the actual statement? It was posted by Jenna Ellis, who I actually showed you earlier. Here it is. Okay, so this was the other day. Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own. She is not a member of the Trump legal team. She is also not a lawyer for the president in his personal capacity. Rudy Giuliani, attorney for President Trump, and Jenna Ellis, Trump campaign senior legal advisor and attorney for President Trump. So that's what they put out there. Now, Michael Flynn Jr., this is General Flynn's son, said Sidney Powell has been suspended from Twitter for 12 hours. She understands the White House press release and agrees with it today. She is staying the course to prove massive, deliberate election fraud that robbed we the people of our votes and President Trump and many other Republican candidates. Sidney is staying the course to prove the massive, deliberate election fraud that robbed the American people of our votes for President Trump and many other Republicans. Now, she actually came out and released a statement, signed out, Kraken on steroids. She's a free agent. As far as I'm concerned, she can go after whoever she wants now. She's going after whoever she wants. Good. I want anything. Any fraud. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you were taking bribes, which we know in PA even, a guy in April, he was like, I forget his actual title, but he was basically in control of elections in Pennsylvania, was arrested for taking bribes, changing votes. This happened in PA. In April, someone got caught in PA, which they've said openly, yeah, PA is a really dirty place, all right? 15 people just got indicted in like the mafia in South Jersey and in the Pennsylvania or Philadelphia area because they were racketeering drugs and all these different things. The list is quite long. I can't think of anything or all the stuff offhand, but man, this stuff is still going on. People think, oh yeah, everyone's so clean and trustworthy. No, we need transparency. Okay, that's what a lot of people want, and that's what we've been fighting for. For the most part, I just want to know if he won legitimately or if Biden won legitimately. I think Trump won legitimately. I think so. There was so much enthusiasm for President Trump and absolutely none for Biden. How did he get the votes that he got? All right. Now, that is not an argument. That is not evidence. That's just me being like shocked, to be honest. And people keep talking about that. Well, look at he got more votes than Obama. It's like, all right, well, TDS is a real thing. So, you think about it. It's like that could have played a part in why he got many votes. And to be honest, even if like 4 million votes swung, if they're saying 10 million votes would have been the swing, he still got a lot of votes. And I don't think any of them were for Biden. They were just not for Trump. That's it. I still don't think it's enough to actually win. Now, this is the crazy thing that I was telling you earlier. All right. Now, again, I just found this out. This is from Patrick Howley of the National File. It's not news guarded, but this is pretty crazy. All right. And, he posted this just today, and I was reading it, and I'm like, man, I don't know if this is true, but some of the things that are on here, I can't even read all of it because I have a feeling I'm being watched, and some of this stuff is pretty crazy. Now, you can see the link at the top. All right, whistleblowers. Biden implicated in Dominion voting scam connected to Serbia, Venezuela, Serbia, all these different random countries. But it's still kind of sketchy. Like I don't know anymore. Like, you know, like this could just be a bunch of smoke. You know, it could be, once the smoke clears, Trump might lose. I don't know. I certainly don't want that to be the case. I think he's keeping us from being sold out to China and making the entire world a communist nation under Chinese rule, which they've, again, said that they want. They think the world would be better under their rule. They, meaning Xi Jinping, because he runs it all. All right, so check us out. I'm just going to read basically the sum up. All right, I can't read the entire article. And again, I don't know if this is real or not. All right, this is definitely very more on the conspiracy side of things, but it could be true. All right. High-level whistleblowers exclusively tell National File that Dominion voting systems have been a national security threat for years, and its machines, programmed in Serbia, are known for vote flipping, like the kind that Dominion was caught engaging in during the 2020 presidential election in Michigan. According to whistleblowers, Democratic president candidate Joe Biden personally visited Serbia to take part in a scheme that gave Democrats control of Americans' Dominion voting machines in coordination with Eric Holder's Justice Department. The plot is also linked to the Chinese, the Clinton Foundation, and Soros. This article will take you through the entire plot step by step. All right, I'm not gonna go through this step by step, but it is crazy. All right. Now I already showed you that CNN video from 2006. We knew this was a case. All right. We knew that this kind of stuff. This article goes into that. Now the whistleblowers are people that worked at Dominion. All right. This is not like random people. All right. And they list a lot of things that are actually accurate information that I already have cross-referenced and know from my general knowledge of what's going on right now. So it's pretty insane, the amount of stuff that's going on in here. And I mean, there's a lot of words and a lot of keywords that I have a feeling I might get in trouble for even saying what I've already said. So I don't know. It's pretty insane. You know, they also quote InfoWars. There's a lot of stuff, but I mean, he was right about a lot of things. I'm talking about Alex Jones, but you know, I don't know. It is a stretch, but even if a fraction of this is true, wow. And that's the same thing with all of the fraud that we're seeing, or that we're seeing. No one seems to believe what it is, where the glitches are just glitches. The widespread election fraud isn't widespread enough to be considered widespread. It's just simply fraud, but they're just denying the widespread. It's never happened before. Yeah, okay, you could say that it's never happened on the level that people are saying that it's happened. That's not saying that it isn't possible. This is what frustrates me about all these people. They just want to accept it. Can't you just accept it? Cry more, cope, just cope. It's like, look, I just want transparency. You're not giving me transparency. You're treating me like a little child when you're being a little child, having a temper tantrum, demanding that you win when, you know, I know the rules of the game, and they're clearly not being played the way the rules should be being played. And that's frustrating to me. Like, no, I know the rules. Let's follow the rules. Okay? I'm not going to play this game where I know you're holding the cards, you know, behind your back, and I know that those are the winning cards, and then I know how to legitly play the game, and then you claim, oh, well, I win because I have these cards. It's like, well, I know that's not how it's played. We got to follow the rules, and if we follow the rules and you get those cards, okay, well, then I'll accept it. But until then, I need transparency. I need to know what's going on. So this is, you know, Michigan certifying their votes. Okay. Yeah, all right. Do I believe it's over? No, definitely not. Do you think Trump's going to concede? No way. He said it himself. Look, if I just want to know if Joe won legitimately. And from what I'm looking at, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like he won legitimately. Quite the opposite. He's straight up saying, I won, and we're going to prove it. He's very, very adamant on that and sure of himself. And, I mean, when that man is sure of himself, I mean, if he thinks that he is if it's a ploy to like fake it, that doesn't seem the type of person to me that's going to try to fake something this big. I think that he knew exactly what was going on. All right, we knew in 2006, we knew that this was a problem. Smartmatic was a problem. That we couldn't even verify if the machines were not touched, if someone messed with it or not. We don't know. That's why Texas was like, get that system out of here. Like, no way. We're not going to have Dominion in our system because it can be manipulated. A year ago, 100 machines, hackers got into every single one. Why? Because hackers are hackers. They're good at what they do. You can't stop a hacker that really wants to get into whatever they want to get into. If they want to get into the system, if someone pays enough money to have that system changed, they're going to get into that system and change it. Simply put, we can't change that. Now we look at how China put millions of dollars into the media here in the past 6 months. Well, what has happened in the past 6 months? Racially charged, anti-Trump rhetoric, coronavirus, everything was Trump's fault. Trump is the worst. And nobody is talking about all the good things that he's done, which are many good things that man has done for this country. And that's a whole side conversation that we can get into. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. It's crazy the amount of propaganda that they're allowed to do. And we're supposed to just believe that, no, these Dominion machines, like, no. They can't physically change the votes. Don't worry, just accept that semantic and let's move on. Can you just accept what happened? No, I will accept it once I know for a fact that my vote counted and that everybody's vote counted and that the dead people that voted, their votes are taken away because they're dead and they don't get a vote because they're not alive anymore, or the people that went to vote and were told, oh, your absentee ballot is already here. We already have your vote. Over 40,000 people. 40,000 absentee votes came in before they went in to vote themselves, which they have done their entire lives. And all of a sudden, they already filled out their vote? Okay, I'm sorry. No, there's too many red flags. There's too much stuff that is all coming out. All right, that's why the COVID talk is going through the roof now. All it is COVID. When they thought Biden was going to win, it was like, everybody celebrate Biden. Go out and get into a crowd and celebrate. Lori Lightfoot in the middle of Chicago, no mask, surrounded by thousands of people going, yay, woo, we won, in a megaphone. I see a bunch of other people without masks. And then all this fraud stuff's coming out, and suddenly she's like, lock it down, COVID spiking, we can't celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. You know, in Sweden, you know the reason they can't lock down? Because it's in their constitution that you can't stop people from meeting. Right. I don't know if many people knew that. I just found this out the other day. You can't stop them from meeting each other, because if you stop people from meeting, it keeps them from talking. And then, a dictator can come in and keep people from talking and control the masses. What does that sound like right now? It sounds like they're trying to lock us down. They're trying to keep us from communicating. Censorship is real, all right? They're keeping anyone who's got a voice that's talking louder than others about things they don't like being talked about is being cut off. I mean, geez, my goodness, where am I headed? Right? Because I'm very vocal about this stuff. I'm not going to stop talking about it, because the more I look into it, the more crazy it seems and the more prevalent I'm seeing it. It's just like, man, they don't want us getting together. Now, that's why they're trying to lock it down. They're trying to lock all of us down. Man, now I'm hearing all these stories about how, I don't know, the hospitals are completely empty. You know, like, oh man, well, that's because they're not even talking about COVID deaths. Or they're like, wow, 1,000 deaths every day. It's like, well, what's the normal amount of deaths per day anyway? You know, because they're labeling every death as a COVID death anyway. They've admitted it. You know, the Illinois governor came out and said, oh, here's my doctor. Why don't you explain how we do COVID deaths? And she goes, every death is a COVID death. What? Every death? Yes, every death. Even if they get hit by a bus. I don't know if you remember that, but that's the case. That's why a guy got hit in a motorcycle accident in Florida, had COVID death, but he died in a motorcycle accident, but it's a COVID death. Flu. Did you see the WHO numbers on the flu? It died in May. There hasn't been a single flu death since May. Since May. How is that possible? Because it's a COVID death. Even if you just have a normal flu and you die, it's clearly COVID death. So it's, man, the fear mongering that the media does, the fact that they're allowed to push propaganda onto our citizens, we need to change that. All right, we need to change that back, because no one should be allowed to give propaganda to our citizens. Okay, and that's what's happening. And people are buying into it in droves. The media is manipulating people's emotions. They're race baiting. They're using race and sexual orientation as a weapon, all right? And they're weaponizing it. Look, that's not what should define who anybody is. You should be defined by what you do, okay? Not who you're into or what the color of your skin is, okay? It's what you do with your heart that matters, and what you do with your life that matters. That's what needs to be, boosted up. But no. We want everyone divided. All right, now that everyone's divided, now stay in your homes and don't talk to each other. All right? Oh, that person's being too vocal about stuff we don't want them to know. Censor him. Cut him off. It happened to Philip Anderson. That dude was super vocal. He was standing on the front lines against Antifa, and guess what they did? They cut him off from every single platform. He's not allowed on platforms anymore. He starts a new account, banned. Savannah Hernandez was on my show last Monday. She's going to join me. She was going to join me tonight, but she's going to join me tomorrow, actually. She got banned the very next day. Why? Because she's on the ground filming everything that's happening, putting it out for the world. Hey, this is what happened. And she even said on the show, she was like, look, I don't want to be biased. I just want to show what's going on. If they're burning the American flag, I want to say, look, they're burning the American flag. Not, man, those guys hate America. How dare they burn the flag? Which is how she feels, but that's not how she reports it. She reports it like a legitimate reporter, and props to her for doing that. Okay, look, they're just burning that flag, and they're attacking that person, and they're doing this now. And now they're attacking me. I should probably leave. And man, she's in it. And Elijah Schaefer, who she now works for. It's like, what a good team. And they still don't know why she got banned. Twitter just banned her and said, broke the terms of service. Man, if she had 100,000 subscribers, 120 or something. I don't know how many exactly, but 120,000. I'm only at about 80 or something. I don't know exactly my numbers, but it's like, I have a good following on there, but man, are they going to come to me next? Because I'm clearly talking about the fraud that I'm seeing. Okay. Are they going to come for me? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to continue talking about this. And of course, I've got Savannah coming on my show tomorrow. We're going to be talking about it. Now, Wednesday, I'm actually driving to visit my family for Thanksgiving. That's right. I'm going to celebrate Thanksgiving. No one's going to stop me. I'm not going to say where I'm going, but I'm going. Yep. And I'm actually going to stop somewhere in the middle of the highway and do my show in my car on Wednesday. No joke. I'm straight up going to do my show on Wednesday in the middle of the country somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where, but you'll find out. Maybe I'll be, I don't know, at some sort of, I don't know, side of the road gas station stopover or I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, tomorrow Savannah's going to come on. We're going to talk about censorship again, and it's going to be crazy. So yeah, that is my main segment for the night. I have a few other things. Wow, that was 45 minutes. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time to do all my other segments. But I want to get to these heroes. This is from the New York Post. Nearly 200 arrested in sexual exploitation of a single Florida teen. One teenager. Almost 200 people got arrested for it. Check this story out. Sunshine State authorities busted a massive child sex trafficking network accused of exploiting a single teen this week. ending a 2-year probe that netted 178 arrests, including a high-profile booster for Florida State University, according to a report and police. The operation, called Stolen Innocence, which began November 2018, wrapped up on Tuesday, and those allegedly involved face charges ranging from solicitation of prostitution to human trafficking of a minor, the Tallahassee Police Department said in a press release. It began when the department investigators spotted images of a child posted on a website that advertises sex for money, authorities said. The girl was 13 and 14 when most of the alleged offenses occurred, but the abuse may have begun even before her 13th birthday. Elizabeth Bascom, one of the lead investigators, told the Tallahassee Democrat. A total of 72 suspects were charged with misdemeanors and notices to appear, and 106 people were hit with felony charges, 18 of those charged federally, according to authorities. Those swept up in the investigation include former chairman of the Seminole Boosters, Inc., fundraising arm for Florida State University Athletics, a former write-in candidate for local office, and a physical education teacher, according to the Democrat. The former chairman, Doug Russell, a longtime lobbyist, was arrested September 2019 and charged with solicitation of prostitution. My goodness. His attorney, Richard Greenberg, filled a notice stating that his client has waived his arraignment, pleading not guilty and would seek a trial by jury, according to the report. The state attorney's office agreed to drop the charge if Russell complies with the terms of a deterred prosecution agreement, which stipulates that he must refrain from any violations of law, provide any necessary information to prosecutors, and pay a $100 fee and get tested for STDs. That is BS. I'm sorry. I can't stand that that's what happened. That dude was involved in a child, all right? Prostituting a child. And all he has to pay is $100, not break any laws, and get tested for STD. That is ridiculous. Anyway, Jermaine Miller, who was an official write-in candidate for Tallahassee City Commission, was charged with lewd and lascivious behavior involving a child under 16, outlet reported in July. And Brian Winslet, 51, who taught PE at Woodville PK8 school, was arrested on multiple counts, including lewd and lascivious behavior and solicitation of prostitution, according to police. Look, these people, the point of it is, right, they're in official positions in schools, in politics, lobbying for things to be changed in our system. That's disgusting. All right, now let's focus on the people that I want to talk about, the real heroes here. All right, check this out. This is Larry Keefe. All right, he's one of the law enforcement officials that spoke. Here we are, the Tallahassee Police Department. These are the heroes right here. Let me get a nice view. Here they are. Thank you very much. I salute you for doing this. You guys, it was one individual, and one person being exploited is too much. It's ridiculous. Here, these two. This is Paul Osborne and Elizabeth Bascom of Tallahassee Police Department, were among several lead investigators in Operation Stolen Innocence. Thank you very much, you two. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You got all these people off the street that we're not going to stop with just that one person, okay? That was the one they found. That's what led them to find all of those people. That wasn't the first. It wouldn't have been the last. But they all got caught, and now they're getting federal. Most of them. Now I see some of them are getting a slap on the wrist, which is ridiculous. If you sexually exploit a child, all right, you shouldn't just get a slap on the wrist. Okay, it's ridiculous. I don't want to. I might have been saying that word wrong, but that's all right. Anyway. I just want to salute these people because they probably saved a lot of other children from being put into this circle. So thank you very much. These are real heroes. Okay, this is the Tallahassee Police Chief Lawrence Revel. Sorry if I said your name wrong, sir, but thank you very much for doing what you did. These guys are the people that are out there actually making work, doing work, saving people. Here's more. This is the Assistant State Attorney Lorena Volrath Bueno. Very nice. Thank you very much. Look, anyone that spoke on this press conference obviously was involved here, so they're all heroes as far as I'm concerned. Here's the mayor, John Daly, looking at all the people. Look at the pictures there. All these people getting arrested. Obviously, he had a hand to play here. Let's see who this is. This is the U.S. Attorney for Northern District of Florida. Oh, Larry Keefe again. Right. Thank you very much. Yep. And that's Miss Bascom, Elizabeth Bascom. Yep. All right. So that's that. All right. I mean, there isn't much more, to that story. And I want to highlight these people that are doing good work. All right. I'm sick of this. Let's focus on the person who created victims. Like, no. I want to focus on the people that saved the victims, and that's these people. So thank you, everybody here in this special victims unit. They really are the real heroes that's going on. All right, now this is a crazy story. I heard about this from Jack Murphy. This is more child exploitation as far as I'm concerned. Okay, now fair warning, if you're reading this, there are some swear words. I'm not going to read them out loud. Jack Murphy has children, and he lives in D.C., so this directly affects him. And shout out to Jack Murphy. You don't know who he is. You should definitely check him out. He's an awesome dude. Jack Murphy, he actually joins Timcast quite often now that we're not too far. But yeah, check this out. He said, D.C. is trying to vaccinate your kids without telling parents. No parental notification or consent. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a secret process whereby parents are deliberately cut out of the vax decision process. This is crazy. Look, I'm not saying I'm an anti-vaxxer, pro-vaxxer. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You don't take the decision away from the parents. That is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. D.C. Council to make final vote on bill that would allow minors to get vaccines without parental consent. This is legit. This is crazy. They're inching closer to approving a bill that will allow children as young as 11 years old to get recommended vaccines without their parents' approval. There would be some requirements, but direction overall would come from a doctor. A final vote from a council is expected Tuesday. Wow. When Ward 3 Councilmember Mary Shea introduced the Minor Consent for Vaccinations Amendment Act of 2019, it was in response to a measles outbreak that spread from coast to coast in the U.S. At the time, many wondered if the district would become the next hotspot as vaccination rates trended downward in the city. I think it should be worrisome to people when children are not vaccinated for these diseases, Shea said. The bill would give kids as young as 11 years old the green light to get a vaccination without parental consent if a doctor recommends it. The doctor would also determine if the child meets a certain standard of informed consent before administering the vaccine. To prevent the parents from knowing, health providers would be required to bill insurers directly and send the vaccination records to the school, not to the parents, to the school. The gateway, again, is the physician who has to make this judgment that is that person 11, 12, 15, 18 capable of giving informed consent, and is it consistent with the physician's medical judgment, Shea said. Asha Pinkney Gillis has a 5-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. She tells WUSA 9 the measure is concerning to her household. Of course. She does not believe her teenager is old enough or emotionally ready to make decisions without her help. I am 100% against the bill, Gillis said. I think it violates my fundamental right as a parent to manage the upbringing and the health and welfare of my child. If my child goes and gets a vaccination and has an adverse reaction to the vaccination, I won't know what's going on because I've never been told my child has been inoculated, Gillis said. According to a July 6th letter to D.C. school leaders from the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, fewer families have paid visits to the doctor's office because of the pandemic. Officials cite a lack of access to care and families avoiding offices overall. Due to fewer visits, the letter said many children in the district are not fully immunized, which could make another infectious outbreak worse. In a legislative meeting Tuesday, the bill received full support from 12 council members. One member was absent. A final vote is expected Tuesday, November 17th, before heading to Mayor Muriel Bowser's office for review, who's super blue, if you don't know Mayor Bowser, but she's probably going to be like, yep, next. While the intent is good, I think there are several kinks that need to be worked out before this is finalized, Gillo said. Councilmember Shea said a number of medical experts and organizations, including the Medical Society of D.C. and District's Health Department, have reviewed the proposal and fully support it. This is insane. Now, Jack Murphy actually does a couple more, a little bit more digging, obviously, because he has kids and lives in D.C., so this directly affects him. All right, this is crazy. I'm just going to read this thread that he's got going on, and don't mind, he does swear. I'm not going to read them out loud, though. The new laws not only propose to cut parents out of the decision-making process, but it also proposes to create mechanisms by which the billing for a vaccine is done secretly and directly to the insurance company so the parents don't know and cannot stop it. I am not even anti-vax, but I don't know that I want my kids getting this vaccine either. But I do know is that I sure don't want the state getting between me and my kid by creating a conspiracy to keep me on one side and the insurance company, the doctor, and my kid on the other. Absolutely agree with him there. If this vaccine law passes, the school could herd all of the 11-year-olds into a room, tell them they must get a vaccine, administer the shot, bill the parents' insurance company directly, and the parents would never even know what happened to their child. All right, so he says here that it passed unanimously. It actually passed, he does a correction. It passed 10-3. All right, it wasn't unanimous, but the next step is the Mayor Bowser approval and then congressional approval. This is crazy. All right, so we need to stop this. All right, if you live in D.C., please, if you think this is crazy, if you think this is borderline authoritarian, it absolutely is very, very much borderline authoritarian. Oh, come on. Sorry, let me get this UFO here real quick. Come on, stay. Good boy. Yeah, so this is insane. Sorry, for those who are just listening to the podcast, I had to put the UFO back into its floating position because it just doesn't feel right when I knock it down, but I will spin it for everybody that is here. All right, so thank you, Jack Murphy, for sending me that story. It is crazy to think that this is where the government is now heading, okay? This is what they want. They want to take away the rights of the parents. They want to take away the rights of the citizens. They want you locked in. They don't want you talking anymore. They want full communism because they want the power. That's all this is about, is the power. They want the money. They want whoever's giving them the money. They're just going to flow with that. Whatever, we're going to do that. And it is crazy. All right, so my goodness, this stuff is insane. My goodness. All right, so I have one more story. How much time have I got? 30 minutes? Oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all the super chats. I want to go over this one last story. This is insane. Check this out. Ethical cannibalism. What do you this is insane. When I first saw this, my jaw dropped. Now, this is not the Bee, all right? So this is legitimate news. Now, if you know Babylon Bee, they're awesome. They're hilarious. It's a satire site that borderlines. It's hilarious, but man, does it ride the line between reality and satire really well. In fact, a few times before I even knew what they were, I was like, is this real? Like, what's going on with that? No, it's satire, but this is from Not the Bee. All right, ethical cannibalism. Here's a do-it-yourself kit to grow your own human meat. Blah. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to read this article to you. A group of scientists and designers have created a concept do-it-yourself steak kit to grow your own human steak. That's right. And the concept for the kit has been nominated for Design of the Year by the London-based Design Museum. That's truly a question I could never have foreseen myself asking. Why on earth would anyone want to create a do-it-yourself, grow-your-own human steak kit? Well, it's actually very technical. But in a nutshell, there's a bunch of people who believe that factory farming and slaughtering meat for human consumption is inherently cruel, unethical, and unsustainable. So an entire industry has grown up to develop and mass market lab-grown meats. We're not talking about those fake burgers, which look and taste like burgers, but which are really just clever plant-based meat substitutes. Pretty good. No, we're talking about bona fide real beef, but it's not grown in the womb of a cow. Nope, it's grown in a petri dish in some lab, then marketed for human consumption. But that ain't good enough for some activists. That's because even in lab-grown meat requires a fetal bovine serum that can be used as a protein source to grow the cultures, aka your steak, in a lab. And where does that fetal bovine serum come from? It comes from the blood of a calf fetuses harvested from the wombs of slaughtered cows. Still hungry? Wait, there's more. All right. So you just swab your cheek, slab your cells into a petri dish, feed some cells some old expired blood that was on tap to be thrown away at the blood bank, and voila, it's dinner time. Let me just keep reading. That's just a little bit of a tidbit. All right, but you won't find a Ouroboros steak on your grocery store shelves just yet. It's still just a concept. I'm hoping it just stays that way. So literally, that's the end. All right, so basically what you do, you grow this meat out of your own DNA. That's right. You're literally growing your own meat. Wow. I'm speechless. Now, if you don't know this about me, I'm vegan. But I do like the taste of meat. I do enjoy Beyond Burgers. Beyond Sausage is my favorite. It's one of the better fake meats out there. I don't think I would do this. I think this makes me... This is crazy, and it's borderline. I mean, it's basically, look, self-cannibalism. That's what it feels like. It's the practice of eating oneself, also called auto-cannibalism. A similar term, which is applied differently as autophagy, which is specifically denotes the normal process of self-degradation by cells, which almost an exclusive term for this okay, that's a little too much. Yeah, but I mean, my goodness. It's basically the snake eating itself. Ouroboros, right? Ouroboros meat. That's what it is. It's crazy. This is crazy. No, people are saying, Adam knows this is a parody, right? This is not the Bee. This is a news site. All right? I know. Babylon Bee is the satire site, not the Bee. Is actual news that they push out. So that was crazy. All right, so I got to get to these super chats because I kind of went long today on my first segment because I just had a lot to say about everything that was going on. But if you haven't smashed that like button, everybody, please smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe. I'm growing my channel. I'm maintaining consistency because I want to be here for you guys and give you my thoughts on everything that's happening. I really appreciate all of you hanging out with me today. There's quite a few of you out there. You can also check out my website, adamcrigler.net. You can donate to me directly. You can also send me physical mail at my P.O. Box. I actually have it loaded here if you'd like to see. Give me 1 second. And this is my website. And yeah, there's my P.O. Box, P.O. Box 68, Brunswick, Maryland, 21716. And you can also check out my really cool webpage, which has a big, huge rock flying by. Crigler Coffee is going to be ready very soon. I am starting a coffee company. I'm really excited about it. I might I kind of have something very similar to this label. If you missed it at the beginning of the show, this is actually a Crigler and Crigler whiskey bottle from 1899. That's right. This bottle is 121 years old. All right, and you can actually see the Crigler and Crigler distillers right here at the bottom. This is from Covington, Kentucky, back when Crigler's were the #1 whiskey company in America. We sold whiskey to government. In fact, this is actually a government label right here talking about how this bottle was sold to the United States Government Hospital in Washington, D.C. So this is actually from Washington, D.C., here in Maryland. That's actually cool. I didn't even really realize that until right now. It didn't dawn on me. So Yeah, Crigler coffee coming soon. I've been tasting it. I've been drinking it for the past month and a half. Really delicious. It's really amazing, and I'm looking forward to showing everything that showing the really dope label that I had my in-house artist, or not my in-house artist, just my artist that did it. She's also my mother. She's an incredible artist. Shout out to my mom. How you doing, Mom? And all right, let's read some super chats, everybody. Christian Robinson says, Trump needs to win. I really believe he won the election, but I'm afraid of what will happen. So many bad powers. I hear some really good stuff, but I hope we will see it and something finally can happen. I agree. It does feel like we're living in deja vu over and over and over again until I just want something to just slam into place in one direction or the other. I just want this to happen, you know? Jedi Knight Anna Quinn Cringewalker says, no YouTube message about the stream starting. That's, people have told me that a lot, actually. So I don't know what to do about it, but I'm going to keep going. Chet Chisholm says, Dominion has no business in Canadian elections. We have an independent body that sets the rules and dictates to the government how it's going to work. Interesting. Yep. Well, that would be great if we came with some sort of system that was locked in. David says, want to watch a video from Symantec, makers of Norton Antivirus, dismantling a voting machine and pointing out all its vulnerabilities. Okay, here's a link. Right on. Well, there's a link that if anyone caught it earlier. I can't click on links, though. None of your business says Adam J. Sokolu. A Trump attorney wants anyone that was told to use a Sharpie in Arizona to get a hold of him for a lawsuit. Interesting. Now, I didn't use a Sharpie brand marker, but they did give me a felt tip marker that was just like a Sharpie. So it wasn't a Sharpie brand, but it also wasn't a ballpoint pen. Now, I called the Arizona officials and I specifically asked about this, and I talked to them, and they're like, look, we have felt tip markers that are designed to work with the ballots that they use. So as far as I'm concerned, I still have yet to find out if my vote counted in Arizona. I check the vote, like Arizona vote registry every day. So we'll find out. So I don't know. Someone unseen says, so we're meant to believe that Biden beat Trump, yet Democrats overall had one of the worst elections overall since Reagan. Right. Are those on the left that naive? Yes. It's obvious. Stay cool, stay free, USA. Greetings from Oz. Right on. Thank you. Shield Labs. Hey, what's good? Fact check. Adam is a boss. Checked by independent fact checkers. Stay patriotic, Adam. Bless you. And spin the smash button. Well, I'm going to spin the UFO for you, Shield Labs. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. And, yeah. All right. Actually, you know what? Shield Labs, check this out. If you're still with us, look at this shield. This shield here is over 100 years old from Crigler and Crigler whiskey. Maybe we can do some sort of a collab there. That would be dope. Inky says, Trump speaking from the UFO. He is with us even in spirit. Wow, what a guy. What a president. Did you notice that earlier? Were you guys with me? This is actually a Bluetooth speaker, but I've never connected anything to it. I've never heard anything from it. Trump's voice came out of there. I don't even know what he said because I was reading something, but then I heard like his voice and I'm like, where's this coming from? Like I hear Trump's voice and yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he tuned in. I don't know. Maybe he watches the show and he's like, let me say something from that speaker. Maybe he's in the UFO. I don't know. Let's see. Aaron says, I'm running out of time. I'm enlisting in the Navy, so that's why I've been trying even harder to be on the show. Praise be the Omnissiah. Good for you. You're joining the Navy. Right on. Props to you, Aaron. I didn't know that's the reason. Cool. Jason Dixon says, I'm getting tired of Republicans being so soft belly. We need to start fighting like Trump. We need people like him. True alpha. I agree. We need a whole new set of everybody in the government because I think most of them are bought. Yep. David again says, found 20 videos, each from different state, about mailmen dumping ballots. There's about 60 600,000 mail workers in the United States. If only 3% of them dumped 100 ballots, that's enough to flip the election. Exactly. How are we entrusting all of these ballots to all of look, I've had amazing male people in my life, all right, to be PC about it. Mailmen, mailwoman, doesn't matter. Every single one of them that I've had for my addresses that I've lived have been very pleasant and awesome. But, I mean, like most industries, there's different people with different biases across the whole spectrum of wherever they lie in this case, politically. I don't know. And the TDS is a real thing, all right? It's crazy. All right. Friendly Neighborhood Sawyer says, officials have called the Broadway bomb. Learn more. Anonymous sources familiar with Crigler's thinking say he concedes the 2010 Broadway bomb. Fact check, false. I won the Broadway bomb in 2010. Boom. DK6 says, hackers are like skaters. You can build a fence that will keep them out of a spot they want to skate. They will get in there and skate. Exactly. You're absolutely right, DK. Robert Gilroy says, solid way to put this. Finally said right. Well, I don't know what I was talking about at 7:09 p.m., but thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Shanjak says, if the situation was hopeless, their propaganda would be unnecessary. Exactly. You're absolutely right. This maybe has to do with China dumping money into our media system for the past 6 months. Millions and millions of dollars to influence American citizens. They shouldn't be allowed to do that, but they did it. Millions of dollars. Crazy. TV Computer says alt tech continues to explode, and you would soon see the rise of completely uncensorable social network built on decentralized protocols and self-hosted infrastructure. It'll be a scary place, but it will be free. We need that, okay? We need that. We need a Twitter where everyone hosts their own thoughts and tweets that you can subscribe to me, and then you would see my tweets on your own page. We need something like that. Jason Dixon again says, if you come through Texas, hit me up. I will show you how to shoot that tool of survival. I know. I do really enjoy my my tool of survival that I got recently. Cat Dragon says, can we talk about how masks are clogging up the oceans? Masks are being overmade as a product and left to rot in the streets, and no one once can touch them. Right. It's crazy. No one cares, all right? Everyone only cares about what either the media tells them to care about. I mean, that's a large chunk, sadly enough. Or the people that do care and do something about it, which, a lot of us are. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. Chet Chisholm says, influenza drops off hard every spring and surges in late fall to winter. It corresponds when we shift indoors. Compare the wave from previous years. Chet, I did. All right, now go look at the WHO numbers, and it is literally 0 all the way up until today. Okay, well, I checked it like 3 days ago. 0, though. 0, okay, there's at least a few throughout the year, and it starts spiking around, it's per week, all right? They do it per week, so it's, 1 through 52, all right? And around 30, 35, 40, it starts to spike up. Well, we're well past that, and still 0 spike. All right? Suspicious. Cat Dragon again says wants. Oh, okay. Yeah. No one wants to touch them. Yep, I agree. Jason Dixon again. If Biden wants to prove without a shadow of a doubt, he would call for an audit. He knows the system was cheated. That's why you don't hear from him. He is calling for an audit, though. That's what they're demanding, an audit from all these places, because they want signature verification. They want the people in PA that said, I wanted to vote, but someone said I voted already, but I didn't vote. That's those ballots should be tossed out, and they should legitimately be able to vote somehow. There's too much red flags. DG says mid I don't know what that is. Coping. It's over. Oh, okay. I see. Literally everyone is saying it's over. Check any website. It's over. Sportsbooks starting paying out Biden bets. Cope more. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Keep moving along. Thanks for your super chat, though. I'll gladly take your money. Leonardo says, hey, Adam, can you say happy birthday to my brother, Wi-Fi? He turns 26 today. Also, spin that UFO. I will spin this UFO, but specifically to your brother, Wi-Fi. Happy birthday, buddy. This spin is for you. All right. Ralph, thank you for becoming a member. Very much. Appreciate that. Bing, 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 bing. All right, let's see. Steven Sugars says, whether or not you think the COVID-19 vax is nefarious plot, untested or insufficiently tested vaccines can be very dangerous in the long term. Wikipedia or Google pertussis vaccine side effects. Exactly. You start shoving in an 11-year-old without parental consent, and then a year later, what if they, there's this huge lawsuit now. Anyone who was forced a vaccine, from this warp speed vaccine, sure, Operation Warp Speed, like fastest ever, but it's like still, like, I still want to see if it works, but my goodness. Gio says child molesters should be, not around anymore if they forcibly not around, to change the words to be a little less brutal. Tim S says, my very own clone. Now I won't be hungry. Yeah, you can grow your own meat, literally. Noni says, hi, hug Salty Bear for me. Hey, Salty. Noni says hi. Okay. I told him you said hi, so. Yeah. Gary McBride says, taking plays out of 2011 playbook, this read is very concerning from the past. If you haven't, read the UN report, The Global Social Crisis Report on the World Social Situation in 2011. I don't know much about that. Noni, thank you for that second super chat. Black Magic says, if you wanted to eat my own protein, I would just eat my own cum. Effing gross. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Yeah. Because Pirius says Hillary didn't contest the election in 2016. I bet she knew wrongdoing would be found out and be done by her folks. They actually told her. They found wrongdoing and straight up went to the Clinton campaign and said, look, Trump won, but we found fraudulent data. Like, there's nefarious stuff going on. And you know what they did? They swept it under the carpet. Yeah. So that's actually something that did happen. They found it in guess what? The swing states. Yeah, in PA, in Wisconsin, in Michigan. They found this nefarious stuff, and they were like, hey, Clinton, you have a case. Go bring it into the light. And all she did was just go, I didn't cheat enough. Dang it. Russia, it's his fault. He colluded. Ridiculous. CC says, children having adverse reactions to vaccines, parents cannot sue vaccine manufacturers. See National Childhood Vaccine Compensation Act of 1986. Ooh, that's frightening sounding. My goodness. Easy E says, if Pfizer vaccine was on the up and up, the CEO wouldn't have sold $6 million of stock after the announcement. Something is off. Everything is off. Everything in the news is off. There is no solid thing that I trust right now in the news at all. Completely. Nothing I look at. Every single thing I see, I'm like, I don't trust that. I need like 10 other sources to tell me if that's the case. I want to see all of the news. I definitely don't trust that Biden won. I think he definitely lost. I think Trump won. And it's gonna come out. I mean, this is, of course, my bias, but I don't care. This is my show, and I'm gonna give you my bias. That's what you're here to hear. So, yeah. All right, so look, that's my show. That's all my super chats. I thought I was gonna run short, but that's all right. I was just kind of ranting. Woo! Tomorrow I have Savannah Hernandez joining me again on the show, and we are going to talk about censorship. We are going to talk about what she's seeing, what she's doing, why she got banned, if she even knows why she got banned. But man, I just, I'm having a good time. Thanks for all for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and smash that like button if you haven't smashed it already. Smash. So you guys are fantastic. Maybe I'll play a little tune. I got a little bit of time. How much time I got? Yeah, I got 10 minutes. Have you guys met Rhonda? This is my baby. This has been my guitar for a very long time. Oh, Oh, roll the die? All right, I'm going to roll the die. I've got my space die. You guys ready for the game? All right, I rolled the die. First person to guess the number wins absolutely nothing, but I am going to read your name, and we will, I will tell you who won. Absolutely nothing. There it is, Jay Kohler. Jay Kohler is the first person to call out 11. It was an 11, actually. Very nice, Jay. You won absolutely nothing. Congratulations. I just said your name. That is the only thing you win on this dice game. Shall we play again? Maybe in a little bit. Let me play a little tune. I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to play something. I rolled it again. I just rolled it again. Next dice game. Go, 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 go. All right, I'm watching. Who's going to guess it right? What time do we got? Do we got time? I'm just hanging out. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. What a fun show. If you haven't smashed the like button, please smash that like button. Smash it like your life depends on it. That's right. It doesn't, but you can still do it. And yeah, I am going to... I rigged the dice game. This one, it might seem a little rigged. Double A actually got it. It was 11 again. No joke. It was 11 again. It was. I don't know how I can prove it to you guys. It's kind of hard to believe, but yes, double A. Congratulations. You won absolutely nothing, but you are very consistent with being here for my shows. I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, I don't want your money. I just want some wine. Yeah, give me some of your honey. I promise I'll take my time. Oh, welcome to the party. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, well, I find myself growing senseless to the pain. Yeah, you can stretch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, you'll find me. Oh, I don't want your pity, and I don't want no lies. Yeah, life gets shitty. Oh, and then you die. Oh, welcome to the heartache. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, it was like trudging through the muddy waters, oh, without faith. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. Yeah, I still get that feeling, yeah, of judgmental eyes. Only difference being it's just not worth my time. Yeah, 'cause I welcome all the heartache. Oh, it brings tears to my eyes. Yeah, those tears remind me I'm alive. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. Woo! All right, thank you everybody. That is Rhonda's debut. I actually played her over in Arizona when I was there when I finally got back there. But man, I'm a little torn on who's gonna actually maintain this spot. This is like the main stage as far as guitars go, and I have the beautiful Martin that I have. Eve, that we named her. Actually, someone on the show named her Eve, and I kind of like it because it is a little different. But this girl, Rhonda here, she's a big girl, and she's got some moves. So I got a couple more super chats. I'm gonna read those, and then I'm out of here. Let's see. Jason says, if you write a book about your journey, the where you are today, leave nothing out to include meeting the wife and the Broadway bomb and maybe the reason why I'm not on Timcast IRL anymore. Logan Matthews says, a song we all should hear is Fearless by Pink Floyd. I understand, although we should all be fearless. I like that. White Lasagna says, show of hands, who would crowdfund an Adam vinyl? Whoa. I'm raising both my hands for those who are not watching the show but listen. All right, so thank you very much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Savannah Hernandez is joining me. It's going to be great. Gio says, good show, old man. Thank you so much. Nani, thank you for that super chat. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.